Hey everybody, I'm John and this is Blind Whiskey Reviews. Hey everybody, and thank you so much for joining me today here on Blind Whiskey Reviews, the most honest reviews on YouTube. As always, if you're liking these videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and to give me a thumbs up. That way YouTube knows you like the videos and other people might like them too. Before we get into the review today, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that's been supporting me over the last 14, 15 months, however long this channel's been up. We just hit 100,000 views a little bit earlier in the week, and I'm super excited about that. It's a big milestone for the channel, so thank you so much to all of you for watching, for commenting, for giving thumbs up, and just supporting the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. Today, we're going to be reviewing Basil Hayden, and this is a fun review because I think this is a bit of a controversial whiskey in the sense that it's a $40 bottle of whiskey that's 80 proof, and that's kind of unheard of out there. You don't usually get an 80 proof whiskey at that price in bourbon. So, you know, it's got a lot of window dressing on it. It's got this nice paper. It's got this metal band. It looks fancy, but does the whiskey in the bottle match the dressing on the bottle? So let's jump back in time before I knew what I was drinking, and we'll let you guys know. All right, everybody, let's get into the whiskey. For this one, we've got kind of a light amber color, kind of bordering on a deeper golden color. Legs, sticking to the glass reasonably well, kind of thin. For the nose, first thing I pick up on is like a, this is going to sound weird, it's a nutty quality, but it's a different nutty quality. It's almost like this kind of, I don't know why I want to say this, but like an oily, nutty quality. There's some lighter fruit notes hiding back there. Let's give this thing a swirl. A little bit of apple. Definitely some citrus. Like a light caramel note. A little vanilla. It smells pretty decent. I'm intrigued by this kind of unique nutty quality I'm smelling. As always, when I smell a nuttiness, my first thought is Jim Beam, but this almost doesn't smell like the Jim Beam nuttiness. But let's get it on the palate and see how it tastes. Cheers. A little bit of light fruit, and the mid palate kind of turns into a little bit of a red fruit quality with some of that lighter caramel character. Back of the palate, you get a slight herbal quality. It almost tastes kind of young at first taste here. There's almost like a menthol-like quality. I wouldn't say it tastes like mint, but it has that like effervescent kind of menthol quality to it. Let me give it another taste and see where we're at here. I feel like there are some good flavors in here that are kind of watered down. Like proof-wise, this feels pretty low. I think we're 90 or less at this point. And I feel like there's some good flavor in there that wants to come out, and it can't. It's being restrained by what's probably like excess water, you know? That nutty quality isn't so pungent on the palate, but it's definitely stronger on the nose. You almost have to go looking for it on the palate. And you can taste that alcohol quality on this a little bit. And it's not super off-putting, but you can definitely taste alcohol. which I don't like. Like, I think that's a negative for most whiskeys, is like tasting alcohol. You don't want to taste the alcohol. You want to feel the alcohol. You want to feel the warmth, but you don't want to taste that alcohol quality. You want to taste the flavors of the whiskey. So I'm not loving that part of it. Like I said, lower proof, thin mouth feel. Yeah, I don't even think this is, yeah, this is like 80 to 85 proof. Like, this feels very low proof to me. Feels very diluted. Feel like there's, like I said, there's some flavors in there that want to come out that just can't. There's some good flavors in here too. Like, I'm finding these hints of a good flavor. It's just they're very muddled, very watered down, it feels like. So, for me, I think this whiskey has potential, but it's just not great. I'm going to say it's, let me get one more little taste for the proof here. Yeah, I'm feeling like that 80 to 85 range is pretty close. Low proof. There's a little bit of an alcohol taste. There's some good flavors hiding in there, but they're kind of muddled. It's not very well balanced. So I think there's potential here, but it doesn't quite make it for me. So I'm going to say this whiskey, like I said, I think I mentioned it at the very beginning of the tasting, that there's almost a slight youthful quality there. So I'm not sure of how old this is. It doesn't feel very young, but it doesn't feel older. So we're probably in that, 5-year, 6-year range, maybe somewhere in there, which isn't youthful by any stretch, but maybe like 4 or 5-year range, perhaps. Anyways, for me, this just isn't hitting the mark. It could be better. I wish, like I said, there's good potential here, but it's just not nailing it. So let's give this a mark of a 76. It's decent. It's just not great. It's not something I'm going to seek out. This whiskey is Basil Hayden. Haha. I've been waiting for this one to come up. I've had this bottle for a very long time. So let me go grab that bottle and we'll talk about this whiskey a little bit more. All right, we just finished our review of Basil Hayden. This whiskey, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, is bottled at a measly 40% alcohol, 80 proof. And I think I was pretty clear on that in the review, that this whiskey had some good potential. There's some good flavors buried in this whiskey, yet they're just diluted. And I think it's such a shame. And I don't know how this whiskey has survived over the years. For me, Basil Hayden has always just been kind of watered down, and I don't know why they are able to charge so much money for it. Like I said, this bottle typically goes for somewhere about $40, and that's really expensive for an 80 proof whiskey. And the whiskey in the glass does not live up to that price point whatsoever. I'm a big fan of Jim Beam, and I'm a big fan of a lot of their other products, including the 3 other products that are in the small batch line, which include Knob Creek, great whiskey. What else is in there? We got Baker's, great whiskey, and we got Booker's, great whiskey. I don't know how this fits into that bunch. So I'm very curious what their thought process is and why this thing survives. I have to figure it kind of serves a niche of people that think it's a fancier whiskey because of the way it looks. They're willing to pay a little bit more for it. It's probably a bit approachable for people that don't drink a lot of whiskey neat, perhaps just because it's diluted down to 80 proof and is a little bit more easily drinkable for people that aren't used to it, perhaps. I mean, I can't imagine it makes a great cocktail, and like I said, it really doesn't taste fantastic neat, but if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're doing. So for me, this isn't great whiskey, and at the price, I would never recommend buying it. There's plenty of other good whiskey out there, and it doesn't taste too dissimilar. And I think I'll do a side-by-side video with this and the $10 bottle of Jim Beam. We'll put them in glasses, we'll mix them up blind, and we'll see which one tastes the best, or if they even taste much different, because I feel like the regular Jim Beam doesn't taste too far off from this at 1/4 of the price. So anyways, let me know what you guys think of Basil Hayden in the comments down below. I'm really excited to see what your guys' thoughts are. And as always, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at blind_reviews. You can send me an email at blindwhiskeyreviews, that's whiskey with an E, @gmail.com. And until next time, cheers.